there gonna be like a mini game or something around the avoiding asteroids?
So
Basically, we're dead.
yeah,
You're
these are.
such an optimist.
He is the Han Solo character, so we're back, and this. Shut up.
Oh, we actually agree on something.
So why can't we just jump to hyperspace? Oh yeah, so many asteroids. Just look
You
at all
can
those
see all of
asteroids.
them. But they have stormtrooper aim, so I don't think that's really that big of a concern.
So are we going to let them blow up the asteroid fields, or are we going to blow up the asteroid field?
Which one is more fun?
Um, which one will have longer repercussions?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
This is a game about choices and the repercussions of those choices.
Okay, fine. Which one will have longer repercussions?
Is there anything you can do?
Well,
Would you believe just existing? So, do we just do your best to keep your distance, or fire on the asteroids? Maybe the explosion will destroy them.
well, with your ominous foreshadowing about repercussions, I'm gonna say just keep your distance.
Alright. Even the droid is scared.
Oh.
Oh. So now we're going to have to deal with the fallout of that monumental decision.
By which we mean accidental click.
Well, it did kill a whole planet.
Whoops. We are the special.
Well, in Last Jedi, known Jedi operating in the galaxy does come with some problems.
Yeah, I can tell.
So, the Harbinger was on the way to Telos.
Just unfortunate.
Not
Minor inconvenience.
definitely not catastrophic. So, how did she find us? Care to explain how you tracked me down?
Not like you're also a Jedi. Mm-hmm.
She said coincidence.
Basically, the Force.
Right, I know enough Star Wars lore to know there's no such thing as coincidence.
Yeah.
That's why Tatooine keeps showing up in every Star Wars movie.
Star Wars is coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like soon.
Soon. And we can call her out on that. That's an unusual set of coincidences.
Yes, do it. Is she about to tell us? Nah.
So
I was hoping it was gonna be like true coincidences are rare, and then like a wink or something to be like, I'm one of you too.
So how did we get to Paragus? It was because of the droid.
Of course it was. Aw, poor droid.
He said he repaired the ship and got us to Paragus.
Except he did. Aw.
Okay, we got away from the Sith. Now how do we stop them?
Of course not. Wait, she said can't be fought, not can't be won.
Correct. So what do you think we should do? Alright, a lot of options here. And I don't think Kreia is going to like anything we say.
Of course not. I would be shocked if she did like something we said.
Well, but we have no choice.
Well, we have nothing else to lose, really, except our lives.
Well, this is self-defense, not war.
Yeah.
Not listening to me. This is not like any field of battle you have ever fought in. Think carefully on your choice. If you choose to fight, if you choose war, it is a path few turn from once the first steps are taken.
So the person who just like turned and fought someone
And in the end,
all heroically, and then he was like, "Oh, I got my hand cut off. Don't ask about it."
Well, that's kind of what she's talking about. Well, but I turned away from war once. I can do it again. It's
That's a-
easy.
That's a valid point.
Jedi, you hear, but you do not listen. You have much to learn.
So why are these Siths looking for me?
I like that's the only option.
Yep,
The Jedi,
we had lots of options. Now we have no option.
one.
But I was exiled from the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Exile or not, the Sith believe you to be a Jedi Knight, and that is all that matters.
What happened to the Jedi?
Yeah.
Jedi's civil war destroyed the Jedi. By the war's end, barely 100 Jedi remained. Many fell in battle, and many more were seduced by Revan's teachings.
Ooh. Throwbacks.
So what about the Jedi on Dantooine and Coruscant?
The Jedi Academy on Dantooine is nothing more than a crater that echoes with the ghosts of dead Jedi. And the Jedi
Creepy.
Well, what's actually kind of funny was that in the first KOTOR, you could ask Bastila, why doesn't Malak just target the Jedi training grounds on Dantooine? And she mumbles something about how it is protected by a great power. Then by the end of the game, Malak comes along and blows the place up. So much for some great power.
Apparently not.
If there are any soul survivors still alive, we should warn them.
Perhaps, but they are Jedi no longer. If the Sith have not already slain them, then they will not help you, nor can you help them. But we have spoken long enough, and my wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in the crew quarters. There we will speak more.
I kind of don't want to talk to you.
You don't want to talk to her?
No, I mean, I know we need to, but just the constant lecturing, like, I mean, you say you're like the mom, she's really like the mom. The lecturing,
Yeah.
there's no good choices, this is all hard, I know more than you, but never actually giving any answers. Basically Kosh in Babylon 5.
Only Kosh was really good at giving, like, a yes to an either-or question.
That's true. She at least doesn't do that.
I'm sure she can take care of herself.
I think she was barely keeping it together. I'm surprised she's able to stand with all that pain rolling off of her.
What are you talking about?
Are you blind? If I were her, I'd be screaming like a stuck Minot. Well, I mean, very strong and manly.
Oh, so manly.
I think she's just too proud to show any weakness, especially in front of you.
That's odd.
Okay.
In case you hadn't noticed,
She's also standing there in the hallway.
words
Just listening in while we talk about her like she's not there.
Yeah.
what you think matters to her a lot. She wants you to respect her. Besides, we haven't got much else to do until Telos.
So you're right. She may be in pain. I'll see if I can go help. Okay. We got light side points out of all of that. I'm just going to save really quickly.
Good thought.
So, one of the first things that like really got to me about this game was just how different the writing was from Star Wars. And we're going to see this continue throughout the rest of this Let's Play, but I mean, honestly, just talking to these people was so interesting that that's all I did for the most part, and it was so much fun.
You're like, I don't care about the actual gameplay, let's just talk.
Yeah.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
I mean, we're going to see as we see more of the bad guys too. When your hand was lost, so we're going to bring up our
Yes.
our force bond.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Malak is just written like a generic Saturday morning cartoon villain. He cackles, he kills people for being insolent fools, he tells them to wipe this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy. But the bad guys in this game aren't written like that. They're like,
Yeah.
they're much more, well, they're much more dimensional.
Which makes it a lot more interesting instead of just a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Save your pity. I am here to save you, not the other way around.
So proud and like,
Mhm.
no, I don't need your help.
But if we travel together, we need to work together.
I do not need your condescension nor your lectures.
You're one to talk.
Training and guidance, it is you.
And what if you had died?
I do not know. I fear that. The consequences would have been more extreme.
Like what?
There's lots of talk of consequences.
Yeah, like what? Death?
Possibly, yes, and I
Hey, good advice.
Yeah. So how did this force bond come about? Do we know yet?
At this point, no. Then we'll work together and be more careful until we can fix this.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragas.
We're gonna have a repeat incident, aren't we?
No, this is the game trying to explain a new game feature in story, not in game.
Okay, so what's the feature?
Um, any positive buff that we place on ourselves also gets placed on Kreia and vice versa.
Oh, okay.
I do like it when game writers try to at least attempt to explain game mechanics in story. It always, yeah, the force chain power. This is what they're talking about. It always throws me for a loop when like Metal Gear is just like there's a character telling you in game to press the action button when you're near a ladder.
Yeah, it
It's especially-
definitely breaks the fourth wall.
It's especially not helpful because I don't sometimes know what the action button is. So now we can grill her for more information. What do you feel like we're talking about? Why the Sith are hunting us? How we could feel the Force again? What happened after the Mandalorian Wars?
Mandalorian Wars.
Alright.
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since
How long has it been again?
Mandalorians
I'm a bit fuzzy on the timeline. So what happened after?
Yeah.
As you know, Revan and Malak went to war against the Mandalorians, and you followed under Revan's banner. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
Mm.
This is also the beginning of the subtle Revan retcon that happens in this game.
And what's that?
Well, in the first game, they just treated Malak and Revan as, oh, they turned evil and wanted power. This game is trying to make that turn seem more natural and less cartoonish.
Which is good. Like you said, it's adding more dimension.
Right.
Turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed.
That being said, they only try to save Malak. I mean, they only try to save Revan, not Malak.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we will continue this conversation tomorrow on Checkpoint.